The Selfish Path to Romance. Download Chapter 1 for free at drkenner.com and at amazon.com.
Don, you're having relationship problems with your girlfriend?
Ex-girlfriend.
Your ex-girlfriend. Okay, tell me you're still connected with her then.
I guess in a way, what I was more or less trying to find out, I was dating someone that has been married and divorced a couple of times.
Okay, you're fading a little. I don't know if you're moving away from the phone.
No, I've been going out with somebody that had been married and divorced twice, and in their, I guess, marriages, they were abused.
Okay.
And we broke up for whatever reason. Don't really know. I was actually, engaged to this person. But in the meantime...
Well, what do you mean you don't know why you broke up?
She just said it was over, and that was pretty much about it.
Were you stunned?
Well, I was pretty much just asking why. I've never known...
Okay.
Most women, when they're having a problem or want to go off on somebody for breaking up for some reason, don't hesitate at the opportunity to let you know.
Yeah, but that's awful. I mean, and please don't say that about all women, because I've met a lot of women who don't do that. But it sounds like it's been your experience that women are not forthcoming with you about why they're leaving.
Well, this was the only, I was trying to understand
Yeah.
this problem. But anyways, a couple of times I have tried, just, sending a friendly email.
Yeah.
Saying, how you doing and everything. And in return, I either get some kind of, threat, or I'm blocking your email. And, just to try to communicate with this person, if you don't want to hear from somebody, like I'm in business, I can block their email without telling them and giving them a tip as to what I'm doing, and just block the email and never hear from again. And, this woman seems to be so dramatic, and I was just wondering what causes, somebody to act that way.
What are your thoughts on that?
Personally, from what I've been told by a bunch of friends and everything with, the problems, I was just, it varied from this person had problems back to their childhood to, I've been told that, they're insane and pretty much everything, under the sun. But, to me, I was just, there are several, millions of people, I'm sure, that have broken up that remain friends, okay?
Right, or at least it's a cordial breakup.
But, even if you, a sensible answer would be, well, thank you, I'm fine, hope you are well, I've moved on down the road and everything, so I'd appreciate it, if we didn't talk or anything anymore. But it's always some threatening, harassing, or not harassing, but some, drama-type, drawn-out thing. And, I was just possibly wondering if this woman gets defensive because of the fact that, the light went on and she found out that she was wrong in handling and, doing what she did, and now she doesn't want to, face up to the fact and, speak with me about it or, offer any type of apology. I just, I just don't understand why you have to tell somebody that, you're blocking their email. Just do it.
Yeah, just do it, right. So the question is, why the drama? Why is it a come hither, and then the minute you come hither, because she's got the door open, you can email her, she says, what the heck are you doing? You're abusing me. Get away. I'm going to block your email. So number one of the people suggested that it could be from past relationships. She was married and divorced twice, and you said in abused relationships.
Well, that's what
and
told.
Sometimes people just project onto their next partner, who may be a lovely human being, yourself. They project onto them just, they react the way they anticipate from former relationships, and they may have built that relationship too. I had kids come into therapy years ago. I dealt with a large number of abused children, sexually and physically abused, and they would walk into my office. I'm a very friendly looking person. I've got toys, I've got lots of fun stuff, and they would look at me, and because I was a whole lot taller than them, whether they were 2, 3, or 4 or 5 years old, they were used to tall people, adults, being abusive. And man, I fit in that category. I was a taller person. And so they would initially, hide in the corner or try to beat me up just walking in the door, meeting for the first time. And you realize that they've made a generalization about all adults, that adults are threatening, that they need to protect themselves or they need to hide from them. Very, very sad cases. In this case...
Hey, I got to interrupt this because we've got to pay some bills. 30 seconds, that's it. A very quick ad and then Ellen will be back.
Romance. Ugh, I wish guys knew more about what we want from a relationship. Boy, I wish I knew more about what I want. Where's that ad I saw? Here it is. The Selfish Path to Romance. A serious romance guidebook. Download Chapter 1 for free at selfishromance.com and buy it at amazon.com. The Selfish Path to Romance. That is interesting.
Adults are threatening, that they need to protect themselves or they need to hide from them. Very, very sad cases. In this case, it sounds like she was projecting onto you and looking at you as someone that you're not. You're a decent person, and she was projecting onto you a very different image. You were an abusive, intrusive person, and she'd have to block your email and guard herself, and she's the victim and you're the perpetrator of whatever. And it's very painful to be misunderstood like that, especially if you had a relationship. How long was the relationship, Don?
It was almost about a year, but I guess what I just don't understand, and like I say, maybe it's because I've never been married and I've never been abused or anything like this. But like I said earlier, to make threats or, tell me that you're going to be blocking your email, I mean, are you trying to get me to respond to your threat of blocking? I mean, I just ignored the email. But, I mean, when I have a problem with somebody and don't want to talk to them, I don't bother sending them an email and say, listen, I'm going to block your email,
right.
So therefore you don't block. You just block it. If they try contacting you again and you see
right.
My email's been blocked, why don't you? And
you need to see that it's not you. There are people who've been through abandonment in their past. They can be very unstable. They can have very intense problems in any close relationships. There may be identity issues. They don't know. They don't have self-esteem. They don't know who they are. They could be impulsive. They could be histrionic. So you were with her for a year. What you want to do is not keep blaming yourself. You can certainly ask yourself. Yeah, I know we're wrapping up. Listen, let me talk to you off the air. It's that you want some closure. As long as you don't blame yourself, and you may not get full understanding of her because you're no longer in that relationship. I'm Dr. Ellen Kenner on the Rational Basis of Happiness.
For more Dr. Kenner podcast, go to drkenner.com and please listen to this ad.
Here's an excerpt from The Selfish Path to Romance by psychologists Drs. Kenner and Locke.
If you think your partner is being unfair, a way to avoid overreacting is to summarize what you heard your partner say and check to see if what you heard was accurate. Avoid adding comments of your own at this point. The goal is to let both of you digest what was said and clear up misunderstandings. For example, suppose Aaron complains to his wife Jane in general terms that they've been spending too much money. Jane might ask, "Are you upset with me for buying those new clothes? Is that what's bothering you?" Aaron could then clarify what he meant. He might say, "Yes, that bothers me a lot." Or he might say, "Oh no, I love your new outfits. I'm upset that I spent so much on landscaping." Many arguments are based on what we think our partner meant, and often it's not accurate.
You can download Chapter 1 for free at drkenner.com, and you can buy the book at amazon.com.